Hey guys, it's Bart.
And Dave.
And we're back from a weekend in Philadelphia.
City of brotherly love.
Yeah, it's like an hour and a half, hour and 45-minute drive.
Yeah.
And it was a good weekend. It was fun. Would I say it's the most relaxing weekend I've had in recent memory? No, I would not, in fact.
Yeah. It's tough, these little trips.
Yeah. I mean, I'm glad we do them. It's great for our stimulation intellectually, just to get out of like the day-to-day that we're doing constantly. But, you know, Sloane's definitely getting a little bit harder to travel with. I mean, she was great in the car trip itself, but she's getting to this age now where, you know, she doesn't want to sit in the stroller as much. She's getting a little fussier with food that we'll go into a little bit more later. So we had a good time, but, you know, for instance here, it was a great thing. We went to eat at a restaurant, right? It was a falafel restaurant, which was really delicious. They have these falafel bowls with like sunflower seeds and vegetables. So we all sit down, Dave, myself, Sloane, and our friend Jen. And as we're sitting down, Sloane wants to be held, so I'm holding her as she's eating, blah, blah, blah. And then, you know, I'm kind of like spoon feeding half my food into my mouth, then half of it into hers, and back and forth and back and forth. And at the very end, there's like one falafel ball left and some veggies, and Dave's like, okay, I'll hold Sloane, so because he finishes his meal. That's another story.
I'm helping out.
So Dave's gonna help out.
Good hubby.
Dave's gonna help out. So I hand him Sloane, and I sit down, and I'm like, yes, I get to like just eat like an adult, not have a kid in my lap and have to like spoon feed every other bite into her mouth. And within like 10 seconds, I don't even know who did it. Did she kick something?
No, you did it to yourself.
I did it myself. You moved something on the table, and it slightly touched, I think, my bowl.
This is all you.
The bowl literally falls into my lap. There is beet juice everywhere, just tahini everywhere. I literally have a bowl of sauce upside down on my lap.
And beet juice. You can't get that out.
It's just like everywhere. So I'm just
It's like glitter.
fuck. Can I say that?
We'll see if they take the video.
I was like, F. I was like, that sucks. So then I get up and I go to like wash my pants, and it's just like in the bathroom. It was like, God damn it. And then not only that, I couldn't even sit down to eat the rest of my food that I wanted to eat so badly.
Why, because you're so wet?
Well, no, the whole thing turned upside down on my lap. Were you here a minute ago? Were you not there this past weekend?
Well, the silver lining of this story is that this falafel place had these tahini milkshakes that were the most insanely delicious.
They were so good.
I've never had them before, but
so good.
Amazing.
Delicious. But anyway, it was a great weekend. It was also a little tiring. I'm going into Monday now kind of being a little exhausted, is the truth.
Well, I mean, the other like silver lining of this trip, well, apart from spending time with our friend and, you know, getting to meet her parents, who, you know, we have this close friend who officiated her wedding, and we hadn't really spent a lot of time with her family, strangely, like it was just two ships or two families passing through the night, but finally got to really sit down and have a meal with them, which was awesome. But then we also saw the Barnes collection, which highly recommend this documentary. I think it's on Netflix. It's called The Art of the Steal. And it's all about how there was this doctor, Dr. Barnes, and he collected, honestly, this like treasure trove of impressionist paintings. So he had like 180 Renoirs.
Yeah, like Matisse, Picasso.
It's amazing stuff. And anyways, he, when he was first collecting it, everybody was like, oh, you're crazy. Why do you like this weird art? Like, it's not even straight lines. It's all like squiggles.
And he was laughed out of Philadelphia society when it came to like the art or cultural scene in Philadelphia at the time. He was laughed out, right?
And so anyways, he basically, for when he passed away, he really wanted to make sure that his art stayed in his house and sort of was really carefully managed, and he didn't want it to be a part of the Philadelphia Art Museum because that was that establishment that had made fun of him. And so anyways, the documentary is all about that, and it's kind of sad, like he lost, and so all of his art now is
He died.
He died.
And then there's this big debate, right? And the big debate is, this is some of the most incredible art in the entire world, right? Yeah. So the debate is it okay that it's left in a home, or it was like kind of this in the suburbs of Philadelphia, right?
Yeah, that very few people were able to see.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so it's really the philosophical question is like, should art, after a period of time, I think be put out into the public domain? But anyway, so we went to see it. We had a little bit of a moral conflict based off of watching this documentary and knowing that this museum that had been established around his paintings was pretty much, he would be rolling over in his grave. He would have been really pissed off that Dr. Barnes, but it was amazing.
The art was beautiful.
Yeah, so many beautiful things, and we're hoping that Sloane, we took her to the Armory show a couple weeks ago, which is a big art fair in New York, and we're hoping that all of this art through osmosis will just allow her to appreciate beauty, the ephemeral nature of humanity, and all of that jazz.
Yeah. And speaking of Sloane, and we've been saying this a little bit more, but she is for sure in toddler mode. A lot more no's, right?
No. Literally like that. It sounds like that.
Yeah. And what is she saying that to?
Mostly, well, a lot of things, but also a lot of food. She becomes so, as Bart mentioned earlier, so picky with her food. It's like roulette when you're meal time. It's like, will you eat this thing that you loved last week? No pizza for me. Actually, she always loves pizza.
I'm not doing it. Yeah, pizza we haven't had a problem with.
Yeah.
Pasta is pretty safe too. She's going to a carb-centric diet, I find, where she doesn't want to eat meat so much, except salmon she loves. She loves fish. Loves salmon, she loves white fish, salad.
She's a little Jewess.
So she likes the fish, and she really likes carbs, and she likes cheese. That's pretty much what she's eating now. She'll eat fruit in the morning, but it's like veggies, she's definitely now staying away from more than she ever used to. Like proteins like chicken, not for her.
Yeah.
Not for her right now.
So we were kind of stressing about this over the last couple of weeks because, we take her out for dinner or we go to a restaurant sometimes and we'd order her something and she wouldn't eat it, or we'd make her food and she wouldn't eat it. And God, we're either spending this money or, actually either way we're spending money, but we're either spending money
food ain't free
at a restaurant, or we're hunched over the stove making 10 dishes for her. Sloane, will you eat dish number 1? No. Dish number 2? No. It's dressing ourselves out.
Yeah.
And then we went to the doctor. And the doctor said,
no more monkeys jumping on the bed.
No, what did the doctor say?
Our doctor told us that actually we should not be short order cooks, I believe is the term she used.
Yeah.
And dinner is dinner. So if you serve Sloane a meal and you're saying this is your dinner for the night, if she doesn't eat it, fine. That is her option. She has the choice to eat what's in front of her, and if she doesn't want to, that's fine. Obviously, you don't let your daughter starve to death over time, but it would help over, a few days or maybe even that session of just realizing oh, this is my dinner, this is my choice. I guess I'm not hungry to eat this, or I am. So the moral of that is don't let your baby be the boss.
Don't do it.
Don't you do it.
Yeah, she will just, if she's hungry, she'll just eat what's in front of her. That is the truth. That's the tea. And if you like this video, please subscribe or, push like or both of the above or neither. And we'll see you next week.
Bye.